Aniway recap here. This is a world where vampires exist, and they have full authority over the world. Also humans are their food, and only kept them alive to have a good supply of food. This anime starts with some vampires who are going berserk, and attacking a town of humans. During that attack they break into houses, and the parents of a little girl and a boy sacrifice themselves for their kids. In the present, that little girl has grown up and studying in an academy. Her name is Xiao Shindu. One day, one of her classmates asked her to deliver some handouts, but she ends up in a room, where one of the noble vampires drinking blood from some girls in the school. He drained them until they drop unconscious. Turns out it's the prince of the campus, Roy Lopez. He treated humans like trash. Once she noticed him, she started running away, but he caught up to her and pinned her down. But she slapped the prince, leaving a cut on his face. To punish her, he dragged the girl into the balcony, and announced that she's his enemy from this day on, making her the target of the whole campus, and students started bullying her mercilessly. In the past, Roy had a blood servant and he adored her so much, but one day she left him without even a single word. So that betrayal is the cause of Roy being so mean to humans. Then some of the students in the school knocked Xiao Shin unconscious and took her to some dark place, and handed her over to some boys to do whatever they want to her. But before they do anything, Roy appeared, and fended them away. Then he took her into his place and asked his maids to take care of her. But when Roy came to check on her, and she has already ran away from there. While she was running away, some evil crows were chased after her, and she fell from some cliff when they started attacking her. Luckily Roy grabbed her before she falls. However, both of them fell down soon after, but Roy shielded her from the fall. He was gravely injured and was bleeding badly. Then he said to her, regeneration will take effect, so get lost. But Xiaoshan didn't want to owe any favors to the vampire kind who killed her parents, so she offered her blood to Roy, but he didn't drink her blood. Instead he hugged her tight till he fully recovered. Then again she tried to run away, but she fainted due to the miasma in the forest, which is poisonous to humans. After she woke up, she found herself in the room of Roy's place, but this time all the windows were sealed. Then Roy came to visit her. Suddenly he pushed her into bed and asked her to be his blood slave from now on. When it comes to Xiaoshan's brother, he is suffering from a severe heart disease, and in exchange for his treatment his sister goes to the campus controlled by vampires. Then he heard the news of some vampire noble has taken away his sister, so he went to Roy's place to save his sister. Xiaoshan realized her brother came there, but Roy has asked his employees to keep her silent. However, her brother fainted while talking to Roy. It turns out his heart disease got worse. Soon after, Xiaoshan also fainted due to the shock. Then Roy arranged for her brother to be hospitalized and informed Xiaoshan that her brother's doing fine. Expenses for his treatments were costly, so she agreed to be Roy's blood slave in exchange for the treatments for her brother. In the school all the bullying kept going on Xiaoshan, but then some senior intervened and fended off those bullies. He introduced himself as Senai, who is a disciplinary committee member. Then he escorted her to the medical center and patched her up. While she was walking with Senai, Roy came and dragged her away to a room and ordered her to undress. But before she do that, Roy stopped her and hugged her from behind, saying, "If you entangled with another person again, I won't spare you." Then Xiaoshan started to avoid Senai cause of Roy's instructions. Back in the mansion, Roy mentioned about a dance club, a ceremony held by most noble vampires, and Xiaoshan must to attend, so Roy practiced the dance with her on their balcony. She can't understand his intentions at all, but it was obvious he's been protecting her and already adores her so much. But she ran away when the thought of going into a ball full of vampires came into her mind. She ran into Roy's brother Lador, but he suddenly pushed her into the pond, mentioning about Roy's previous blood servant, and how much she resembles that woman. Well, this anime is still ongoing, so stay tuned cause I'm gonna add the rest to the story. As always, if you like what you see, subscribe to the channel. Peace out, and I meet you on the next one.